In this video, we'll look into what Kerberoasting is, how that works, and how we can do that from Linux and Windows. Let's jump in. So first, let's start off with a little bit of an explanation. Kerberoasting is an attack against service accounts. It allows an attacker to extract hash of a service account and perform an offline password cracking attack. To perform this attack, we need the valid domain user account and the password. Even a low privileged user will work, we just need to be able to authenticate to the domain controller. Or we need a system shell on a domain join machine to perform the stack. This will also work. Alright, now let's look at this visual to see how it works in more details. Here we have some basic Kerberos authentication steps. First, we send an AS request to request the TGT from Key Distribution Center. It confirms that our credentials are correct. If it is, we get a TGT back. And now using that TGT, we can request tickets for any service in the domain. So if there are any regular accounts with a service principal name or SPN set, service tickets for that SPN will be encrypted using that account's password. And if we're lucky and the password is weak, we can crack it and obtain credentials for that account, which would help us move laterally within the environment. Alright, here I have my lab environment, which is a Kali VM, and I got the domain controller, which will attack. There are a couple of ways to perform this stack from Linux. I'm going to show the two most popular methods, and those are the easiest methods in my opinion. So first of all, it's to use netexec. So here it is, netexec, we specify all the outputs, the protocol, IP of the domain controller, username, password. We specify Kerberoasting module, and we specify an output file, we're just going to say the hashes. And we got our TDC host, which is IP of our domain controller. And we run it. And here we go. So we have a SQL service, which is a regular account, but it has a SQL SPN set. So that's why we're able to request this ticket. And now this service ticket is encrypted using this SQL service account's password. And if we are able to crack it, we can request cut here. And if we're able to crack it, we can retrieve this account's password. Alright, so this is the first method. Now let's look at the other one, and we can use in buckets get user SPNs to also request a service ticket. So here we do get user SPNs.py, request, specify our TCIP and our credentials like before. And we'll get the same results. It's going to give us some more details, like when password was last set, last logon, and our service ticket, which we can try to crack. Alright, now let's see how we can crack the service ticket. We'll use hashcat mode 13100 for RC4 encryption for TGS. And specify our ticket and our wordless file. And we hit enter. Usually it doesn't take too long to crack an RC4 service ticket, but we'll see. And here we go, we're able to crack the password for a SQL service account because the service ticket we received was encrypted using its password. Now let's see if we can authenticate using this account and this password. So I'll specify the TCIP. And here we go, as we can see it works. We can log in using SQL service account, and it looks like this account is a local domain, local admin on the domain controller, which means it's a domain admin basically. Alright, now let's look into how to perform this stack from Windows. I'll just use psexec to remote into the main controller. You don't have to do this step from the main controller when you're using Windows. Any domain join machine will work, but since I only have a DC here in my lab, I'll use this. So I already transferred all the tools here that you will need. I need PowerU and Rubius. So let's switch into the PowerShell. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to do that using Rubius. All we need to specify is Kerberoast, which tells it to Kerberoast accounts that are up to make the tickets look pretty. So it will be easier to copy and paste into Hashcat, and we specify our output file where to save the tickets. Here we go. It also found one account, which is SQL Service, the same account we found with our from Linux when we were doing the attack, and ls and look at the results. I already ran before, so that's why we got 2. But here's our service ticket that we can take offline and use the same hashcat mode 3100 to connect it. Second method is to use PowerU, so we'll need to import the module PowerU to PS1. And there's a commandlet we can use, invoke-kerberoast, to request service tickets for all Kerberostable accounts. And we got the same result again. We got SQL service and TGS for it, service ticket. And yeah, similar process, take it offline for Kraken, just copy and paste and use hashcat of 3100 to try to crack the service ticket. And if the password is weak as we saw here, we can now get access to this account. Hope this video was useful, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.